I just watched this video by Candace Owens. It's got about 50, 60 million views at this point. And it's really bothering me because I already know that the Fox News crowd and the other commentators watching them are looking for any and every excuse, telling everybody that all the police are abolished and people are going to be raping and pillaging in your neighborhoods and your homes and stuff like that. So it's been pretty excessive, but it's not worse. But it's pretty bad when they when that black person trots out there and tries to contribute. So I just want to be clear about some of the things that are said in there, so I don't have to go over them with all my white friends for the next decade, or you don't have to get in arguments with your white friends. She brought up something, support of black criminals. This is a common belief too that comes up all the time, that somehow this gets construed as support of black criminals. And I want to say, it's a stereotype of how strict black parents are about keeping our kids on the straight and narrow. We're criticized for spanking and strict controls when our kids make a mistake. It's because black parents don't take any interest. We get that all the time. Every black comedian, every black person you ever seen, that, Big Mama and all of that, and all these athletes and everybody, you hear about them. They tell you how strict black households are about being on the straight and narrow. Being on the straight and narrow. She don't play. He don't play. My stepdad, my dad, my this, that, and that. It's very difficult to be allowed to get in trouble when you're in a black family. We have more churches per capita. It's very moralistic. It's very strict. And we're criticized for all of that strictness of let your kids be kids and they have rights and this, that, and other. But we know they don't have rights. So we're very strict for that reason. So, we know that every black parent is terrified that childish mischief is going to be considered criminal when you're black. So we tell them, be careful of gangs and come straight home and do all of this because we don't know if they're going to get jumped by a gang or going to get jumped by the police. We don't know who's going to take our car from our child that day. They can be carjacked by Johnson the thug or Johnson the police officer. So we're very strict about that. She says that black people idolize white criminals. Don't idolize white criminals, and black people do. We're the only people that do that. Apparently, she's never seen a Western or a mafia movie or anything else. You'd be hard-pressed to find a white hero that wasn't a horrible person. From Al Capone to Robert E. Lee to Andrew Jackson's, all these people killed more people than George Floyd. The people that are statues, it doesn't matter who you pick. As a matter of fact, the big complaint about taking the statues down, of course, is that if we take down everybody that was racist or killed somebody or committed genocide, there ain't gonna be nobody left. But hey, white criminals aren't. Then you've never heard of Ruby Ridge or Waco or anything else when the police are called jackbooted thugs or all these other things. By that logic, someone can sit on the top of it and execute him for his past. You see the past record from that right? George Gordon deserves he had a past record. Pop has a past record. Where he executed by your logic. Also, please show me the local, state, or federal statute that says selling loot cigarettes, like passing the seat, having barbecue, or having a fake $20 bill is in order for immediate execution by police. Oh wait. Which statute? If you don't have it, then these law enforcement officers are violating the law and are subject to punishment. Break the law, they're subject to punishment. They're so busy talking about don't do the crime. Well, they're doing the crime. Right? The crime to kill people, last time I checked.
cops can be punished, George Floyd can be punished, nobody can be punished. So don't come talking out of why somebody committing a criminal act shouldn't be punished. You got to make it matter, or you put a law in there. But there's no death penalty for a fake $10. Now, black criminals, for this idolized idea, or like any culture, they can be seen as the outlaws, be romanticized by some, but that's not you. Some are seen as helping the good guys, providing resources in a society that only takes from black people, like little local Robin Hood, seen as the only one escaping the clutches of racism. That's America. That's America's fault that too many young kids, only people they see able to obtain anything in any city, or people who represent the crime. They don't see a clear path to university. They think it's easy to get an MBA, then they get an MBA. They see it. Despite all you talk about meritocracy and everything else, they know unless they're actually funnier than somebody else or can run faster than somebody else, they're not going to get an opportunity. And if you can't sing or dance or run around or whatever else, then it gets really slack where they're at. But that's the definition of death, where people are socially and economically isolated for one reason or the other. Racism is just the one that shows you. But wherever the ghetto is formed is not the fault of the people who are being oppressed. It's that the people of the society have elected to oppress and not oppress. That's not even a real thing. That's what black people are going through in this country, or what you celebrate your ancestors for escaping to get away. So if that's not a real thing, if people's potential and rights can't be violated, your ancestors are going to come over. So the same complaint that your family has about what they were escaping, you're putting other people's families through. That's it. And black criminals suffer a huge stigma in the black community. Huge. Ask them. Ask them how the family members feel. Ask them how the church treats them. Half of them are standing outside because they can't go in the house. They're not welcome. Or they're blocked out from being around family or staying with family or any other kind of stuff. Because you bring that criminality around, you bring in police criminality behind it. So they don't want you bringing your hoodlum friends to the house, and they don't want you bringing no not warrants to the house. Ask them. That's what you need to do. Stop talking about how good black criminals got it. Go sit down with them and ask them how they're celebrated and how easy it is and how joyful it is to be a black criminal in America. And then there's mainstream black people. All of us who live in quiet communities and beyond all of that type of stuff. Some of us still understand. Some of us had that hard beginning, so we don't stand in judgment. That's ideally what you need. Is that we don't do what white people have done to black people or other white people, or some black people have done, which is climb up the ladder and then creep the ladder. We're still going to come out and say, hey, it's wrong to treat these people that way. Well, you're out, you're doing good. That's why. And you get that sense that the Candace Owens of the society did. Yeah, I worked really hard. And that's all the. That's not how that works. We worked really hard for centuries before white people showed up. It's not a one-to-one ratio. So that's not why those people are in the city. And you can't name a black person celebrating black criminality. You don't know you're black. You don't just like, hey, black criminality is awful. I can see a pump rally. I can see people out violating code and getting bailed out of jail. I can see cops going uncharged. I mean, you're talking about celebrating criminals. firemen walking around in society like he's the greatest future like Fred. You watch George Zimmerman walking around. I don't know if black people like that. And black on black crime is something racist studies to celebrate a white crime. Why don't black people
Protest what? What are you protesting about black crime?
I'll give you a minute to see if logic can overtake your racist thing. What would black people protest about black on black crime? What's the debate? I mean, with cops who are law enforcement officers not to go on a taxpayer-funded vacation and get a pension. We never have to beg the system to arrest a black person. Right? So they'd already doing the manhunt. The suspect is already on the news. The charges already been filed against them. Before you could get outside with your sign, when are you gonna get a chance to protest black on black crime?
When? It's not months later before they decide, like in the Ahmaud Arbery case, whether they're going to charge somebody. They charge black people off of blurry black and white videos and can't charge white people in full HD. What are you going to protest for black on black crime? I was going to tell you, get out there and make sure you go. Oh, you already arrested? Okay. It's just racist. It's just a racist thought that satisfies people that don't want to listen anyway. That's the reason it's not entertaining. It's been answered. It's easy to answer. It's silly. And it's just that you think that murdering black people merits a taxpayer reward. That's a you problem. That's not a black problem. That's a you problem. The killer cop reward should be to work in your community with that same impunity. So that's how you do that. You feel bad about the cop being mistreated? Well, then hire him at your police department, your neighborhood. Let him come out there and feel like this is the way to police people. Let him do it to you and your family. You don't go on a taxpayer-funded vacation or whatever else. He's such a great cop. He's such an upstanding citizen. You hire him. He's not working out for us, which I guess he can work out for where you are. And where are all the black people? I mean, where are all the white people concerned with black on black crime when blacks are at the town hall meetings with the city council and the mayors, when they're marching Take Back Our Streets and Take Back the Night with the pastors, and where are all the Sean Hannitys and all these white people that are talking about Chicago when the black people in Chicago are doing their community organizing and their fundraising and all of this type of stuff to try to create other programs for the youth and to work with law enforcement and to do all this other stuff. Where are you in the fight against black on black crime? Never mind some of black on black crime and black officers shooting black people or brutalizing black people. It's about police accountability. Don't care if the officer is black. If you're concerned about black on black crime, help us punish black cops. Or white. You say some of these people were criminals. Okay. George Floyd was 46 years old. So what took us along the process? Well, with 46 years, the man is here to protest. Arrested, prison, punished, and out. Why is it just now people focus on? I mean, apparently he's been a criminal a long time and have received no support. How can that be? Black people are such
enthusiasts for criminals, what took us so long to celebrate George Floyd? Could it be? You just take the racist blinders off, and then you realize it for yourself. Could it be? You don't get it. Yeah, that's the answer. Not that black people who live with all the complexity of the situation don't get it. But you looking at it partially with your indifference and just missing this kind of peripheral can't appreciate all the nuance. We know all the nuance. You don't know the nuance. So could it be that black people haven't had a problem with if George Floyd did something and was arrested, prosecuted, went through the process, and was in prison, and not a peep from black people? That means it's a you problem. That black people are completely content with black criminals being taken out of the black community and punished. In total opposition to your theory. So it can't be celebrating George Floyd's criminality. As a matter of fact, even the people in the crowd around him are saying you're on top of him. They got the man restrained, put him in the car, take him away, and 99% of America never hears of George Floyd. That's the answer. That's the problem. Not black people's love of criminality, but white people's love of criminality. Every time you see somebody in full HD running out and making excuses for them. You're doing exactly what you accuse people of doing. So, we're fine with people being punished for violating the law. We're just trying to get you on board. But you're too busy looking at it subjectively with your arbitrary morality. And we have abolished the police department. If the job is public safety, and they only add to the chaos and criminality, that's a failure. That's not a good job. Oh, but what if there's a burglary in my neighborhood? Well, like Obama said, if you like your police department, keep your police department. He didn't say that, but he said about your doctor, but because your police department is outside the government's red line, right? So your police department, I don't care how many times Tucker Carlson says it, your police department has nothing to do with these people's police department. As a matter of fact, you worried about losing your police department? Take these inner city police departments. They're your own. You can have them. Apparently they're not doing their job in the inner city. The city needs something else. You want these guys to pull you over, shoot your kids? You can have them. They're not doing their job that they're being paid by those people, those criminals, those thugs, to do. So, the city needs a public safety program, not a city-funded gang. According to you, there's enough killing of black people already, so we don't need the police in there shooting people too, right? There's enough black-on-black crime. So black people are already dying. There's no point of adding other people coming in and creating more violence and killing more people. We're all filled up with people killing people. Thank you already. So, thanks for your concern, but hard pass. What they would like is a police department like your police department. They want people not to be seen as thugs, people to be helped. When you see a police officer, you see safety and security, not a threat. And they need, a police department that sees these thugs are citizens and that they pay your salary. You don't work for these bigots in the suburbs or the rural areas. They have their own police departments. So their support can't save your job, as some of these police are finding out. Most Americans don't live in the inner city. Most Americans aren't black, so most Americans don't count. They got their own police departments, they got their own school districts for a reason. So you keep your police department. These people will decide what to do with their police department.
They don't tell you what to do with yours, you don't tell them what to do with theirs. It's only bigotry that makes you feel like your opinion counts. It doesn't. That's an A and B conversation, see your way out of it. And I don't care how many times, Fox News comes on talking about liberals having private security. They won't get rid of your police department because they have private security. You got private security. Ask any black motorist who's accidentally veered into your neighborhood. You got taxpayer private security, whose job it is basically to guard the borders like they're ICE. So just calm down with rampaging mobs looking to come into your neighborhood, or your police going to be abolished. Because I guarantee you, if your police were doing any of the stuff that these police are doing, it'd already be abolished. So let's see, where am I? Abolish my police, not yours. And really didn't want to go into all of this stuff, but when you have people like Candace, comfort to the enemies, Owens out there, it wastes a lot of time and energy for black people to have to deal with the smug nonsense of white people feeling validated to make these silly points with no context, with no nuance, with no anything to them. It's nerve-wracking. So I'm just trying to save everybody some time from coming up thinking she has any valid points. I see the articles, I see all the stuff, and it's all easily dismissed because, of course, it's just racist ways out. But she gets that extra boost being a black person saying it. I know when the Wall Street Journal is saying it, I know when MSN is saying it, I know when Fox, of course, and all of them, or actually more white people are killed. I know it's all stupid deflections. But one of the harder ones is going to be, oh, you can't dismiss this one. This is coming from a black person. I can dismiss it. If it's racist, it's racist. Same way you're dismissing all those that the Black Lives Matter march is 3/3 white at this point. Same way you're dismissing all those white people, I can dismiss the black people you trot out. Right? So it's just the same way. So Candace Owens can't save racism. And you can't save racism. As you can see with the statues and all this kind of stuff, America's done asking you. What about reforms? What about all of that? Ask you that already, Mitch McConnell. Ask you that already, Republican Senate. You weren't interested. Now with abolish out there, with defund out there, where'd this come from? Where'd it come from? This the first you heard of police brutality? This the first police shooting you heard about? Or is this the first one you paid attention to because it's not just going to go one way? It's not just being suppressed. Same thing for the statues. Hey man, that's offensive. Just people attacked America, whatever else. We ain't got no Bin Laden statues. We ain't got no Hitler statues. Well, shut up. Okay. Never mind. Done asking you. Just take it down. Oh, that's not the process. Well, we weren't involved in the process. Otherwise, it never went up, right? So you don't care about process. You care about process when it means getting your way. That's what you mean by process. It's like merit. It's such a loaded word that just means the fix is in. So that's all I have for now. Maybe I'll do something else, but just want to help some folks out so that they can get some more perspective on what your black friend is thinking when you go ahead and make your Candace Owens points.